my loving for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me.
Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Allen. Looking middle, and that's complete. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis.
Check my 50. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Check.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Alert, alert, alert. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions.
That just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check 43. Kill. Go.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Hayward, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Like 20. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. No foul.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Yeah, baby.
Think about some of the memorable performances that Ben Roethlisberger's had over the years, and one of them came against the Ravens. He threw 6 touchdowns back in 2014 in a win against Baltimore. And actually, now that I think about it, that was on the heels of a 6-touchdown performance in a win over Indianapolis the week prior. So October 2014 was kind to Big Ben. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. These guys hooking up right away here, Charles. 2 plays, both passes in his direction, and both catches.
And in our time together, have we not seen the tight end position continue to develop in the passing game? You know, at some point, we may not call them tight ends anymore. We may have to come up with an entirely different way of designating that position and what they do on.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
Crunch. Done. Check 9, check 9. Watch twist. Out. Shift. Watch the shift.
Throwing on 2nd down. Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Mike's 50. Yeah.
And that'll set him back 5. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Mike's 50. Hey, check. 50's the mic. You're pass 85. Let's go, baby. Shift.
Play action. Now it's Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Check 50.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Ravens nothing.
Block 80! 56! Let's go, D. Hey, alert 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
7-7. 56, Mike 56. We ain't giving him nothing.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now Chubb running right. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the right. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. 39 yards there, a big one. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
A run for Nick Chubb. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more on that one and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Second and goal at the Steelers' 7-yard
Check
line.
mark. Watch 85. Let's go. Greystone, travel. Switch.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Mike, 55. Hey, wahoo! Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Cameron Hayward in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
It's now 3rd down.
Regular. Mark 55. Check.
Allen throwing on 3rd and long. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
Get ready.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now Chubb on first down, able to work his way forward for about 5. The big man, Tyson Alualu, there to make the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Alert! He's checking. Crack.
They run. Chubb. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Mike's 50. Watch QB go.
They'll run with Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll give it to Chubb. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
He's going to air one out. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Allen off the play fake. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. To throw, it's Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Check pass, check pass. Here we go, 50, 50.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Gotta do better.
Go.
Come on, QB, come on.
Here's Allen to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They run with Connor, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here, because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do, and the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits create some more natural running lanes, might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking scheme.
And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So now he's from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
All day, defense, all day, all day. March 50, march 50, march 50. Hey, defense, let's go. SOS. Half 85.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check 24, watch 24.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
Mike 50. Man, I got you.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
On play action, Allen being chased out left. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. But it's going to be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Valvin away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Go. Middle. Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Rabbit.
And here's Allen. Gonna throw again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Mike's 50. 52. Smooth. Rock the pass. Check.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and excited
rare.
is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third.
By 56, by 56. Hey, 2. Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there, so go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you're looking at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
No. Watch the safety creep. These 2.
Again, a run with Conner. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
By 56, by 56. Hey, Delta.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. Back. Hey, Echo.
Allen going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Topper! Hey, Charlie! Pass. Alert! Here we go.
Throwing now is Allen. This will be caught by Brown. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back Connor. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. Left 5. Whoa.
56. Mike's 56.
Set the tone.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 29-yard line. Roethlisberger now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And the catch made by Johnson. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Then to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Washington, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Chubb. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen rolling to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. Sheds another, and shedding his way forward. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Chubb. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They come out here in the eye. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Allen now looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
Stand up in it. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
On the ground, it's Chubb.
Check out.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Middle. Check three. Middle. Mike 50.
61, matchbox lights.
Yo, Monday. 24, check 24.
Back to throw. Allen to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
This fielded at the 2.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 55 yards. Roethlisberger to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every